Good morning and welcome to Cape Breton University. Thank you for being here with us on this very special day. My name is Sarah Burke and I'm the Vice President of Development here at CBU. And I have the great pleasure of being your Master of Ceremonies. Before we begin, I'd like to acknowledge that we are in Unama'ki, the traditional and ancestral territory of the Mi'kmaq people. I'd now like to invite Dean of Unama'ki College, Lori-Ann Sylvester, to the podium to provide an Indigenous welcome.
I knew this was going to happen. The mask was going to get caught on my earring. Everyone was worried about me falling off the edge there, but no, it's the earring. Jilida. It's a beautiful spring day. In my language, spring is Suk. We are just finishing Sigogus, which is March, which is maple syrup time. I would like to acknowledge our Mi'kmaq chiefs in the room. First and foremost, Hereditary Chief Stephen Augustine, as well as the chief of my community, Chief Terry Paul. I would also like to acknowledge our elders in the room, Eleanor and Patrick Johnson, and Marie Batiste, all who have been involved in Indigenous programming, building and supporting Mi'kmaq students over many years. Excuse me. Please join me today in acknowledging Mi'kma'ki, the ancestral lands of my people, the Ilnug. Our land, which was never surrendered, is covered by treaties of peace and friendship. It is important that we remember the ancestors and past leaders who have brought us to where we are now. We must acknowledge people of today, especially our children, youth, and elders, the carriers of Indigenous knowledge. We build on the hard work of those in the past and present to strengthen our language, culture, and practices for our future generations, the next 7 generations. The decisions we make and the work we do in collaboration with the settlers will have an impact on our children, our grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and so on. Let's keep our future generations in mind when we come together to discuss future developments, especially around health, education, climate, relationships, and reconciliation. Walaliag Sidnogama.
Walal and Lori-Ann, we appreciate your welcome today. I would like to extend a warm Cape Breton University welcome to the Honorable Brian Wong, Minister of Advanced Education, the Honorable Brian Comer, Minister responsible for Mental Health and Addictions, and the MLA for Cape Breton East, the Honorable Keith Bain, Speaker of the House and MLA for Victoria the Lakes, John White, the MLA for Glace Bay Dominion, chiefs and councillors from across Cape Breton Island, members of CBU's Board of Governors and the CBU community, thank you to everyone for joining us today. It is my pleasure to introduce our stage party, the Honorable Brian Wong, Minister of Advanced Education, the Honorable Brian Comer, Minister responsible for Mental Health and Addictions, President and Vice Chancellor of CBU, David Dingwall, Dean of Unama'ki College, Lori-Ann Sylvester, Associate Vice President, Academic and Research, Dr. Tanya Brand-Barrett, and Vice President, Academic and Provost, Dr. Richard McKinnon. So let's begin with our official proceedings. I am pleased to introduce the Honorable Brian Wong, who was first elected to the Nova Scotia House of Assembly as MLA for Waverley, Fall River, Beaverbank in 2021. He currently serves as the Minister of Advanced Education. For 28 years, he served as an educator, first as a teacher and later as a school principal in the West Hants area of Nova Scotia. He served as the past president of the Nova Scotia Business Teachers Association and has formed strong relationships with educators from across the province. Minister Wong shares his government's commitment to the enhancing recruitment and retention of post-secondary students, improving healthcare, growing the population, building the economy, and ensuring we have the programs and supports in place to meet our province's unprecedented workforce opportunities. Please welcome to the podium Minister Brian Wong, followed shortly thereafter by Minister Brian Comer.
Thank you, Sarah. This is a happy day. We haven't had the sun shining, followed us here to Cape Breton, so I really feel honored to be here today. It's wonderful to be back in beautiful Cape Breton. I was here in the fall and did a tour of the school and the facilities, and I can tell you, walking into any of these buildings, there's that welcome feeling, and it's very understandable the innovation and whatnot that's happening in Cape Breton University and in Cape Breton in general, because the feel that's here in the university is also out there in the community. So it's a gift to be here in person. It's been a long time. We're almost through all of the COVID mask mandates and stuff are going away. So it's nice to see people in person and be able to have conversations and stuff. I do understand that a lot of schools, a lot of institutions still have their mask mandates for safety, and that's much appreciated and welcome as well. So so after being away for so long, it's nice to see so many familiar faces back here in the school. Brian Comer, who was MLA for Cape Breton East and Minister for Youth Communications and Mental Health and Addictions, is here with us to share some news after my announcement, so there's more good news to spread around. So we just tried to figure out last night, we did have supper together, who would go first, and we weren't sure who had more hair or less hair, so we decided on age. So since I was older, I decided to go first. So, but I truly want to acknowledge our MLA Keith Baines, MLA John White, and former many terms MLA here in Cape Breton, Alfie McLeod. So thank you for being here. So in my past life, I was an educator for almost 30 years, and I was always quite concerned that, you know, if I went into politics, I'd lose the opportunity to deal with students, to deal with educators, because that is truly my passion. And to be able to lead this new Department of Advanced Education is truly an honor. We are hyper-focused on our post-secondary institutions to help move our mandate forward, increasing our population, getting more people into the workforce, getting more healthcare workers into the workforce, and trying to make sure that the international students that are coming into our province stay here in Nova Scotia. And Cape Breton University is the leader in bringing international students into our province. So David, I've said it before, I'll say it again. The work you and the faculty, the staff, the community have done, it's truly groundbreaking. And I'm truly blown away with the amount of collaboration, the inclusion, and the innovation that's going on here on campus and in Cape Breton. So you're truly leaders across Nova Scotia. I want to acknowledge the Unamaki College. So it's described as the heartbeat of Indigenous education at CBU, and I couldn't agree more. And when I was a teacher, I often used the resources, the online resources of the college, in order to use with my students. So the culture, diversity, the history it embodies, it's truly wonderful, and it's amazing to see the perseverance and the growth of the Indigenous culture and the learning that shines so brightly on Cape Breton Island through its eyes. So I want to congratulate Lori-Ann and her team for her exceptional work, their exceptional work. So I recognize that my government recognizes that Nova Scotia's post-secondary institutions are key partners in reaching our ambitious workforce goals, our economy, our population growth, and our healthcare goals. So we know that in order to recruit and retain students, we need to meet the workforce demands of tomorrow. And we're looking at increasing our population, doubling it within the next 40 years. And the leadership that Cape Breton University and Cape Breton has welcomed the world into your community, it's quite outstanding. So our post-secondary institutions do have to remain competitive and offer students access to modern training facilities and state-of-the-art equipment, and that's exactly what we're doing here today. So I'm announcing a total of $105 million to support infrastructure improvements at our rural post-secondary institutions, as well as research and innovation spaces that will improve healthcare training and access to healthcare on Cape Breton Island. Now that's more like a Cape Breton party. That's more like it. So we know that our rural universities are the heart of their communities. And so as part of the $105 million, I'm announcing $65 million to help Cape Breton University, St. FX, University St. Anne, and Acadia address significant backlog of infrastructure projects needed to improve their campuses for students, faculty, and the local communities. So examples of upgrades are things like replacing roofs, upgrading electrical equipment, as well as accessibility and mechanical upgrades. So these investments will ensure that rural universities and their communities can continue to offer state-of-the-art programming. So here we go again. So of that $65 million, Cape Breton University will receive $14 million to go towards their deferred maintenance. St. FX will receive $23.4 million. Acadia University will receive $22 million. And University St. Anne will receive $5.6 million, all towards deferred maintenance. So the funding was allocated to each institution based on the university's share of the total operating funding provided to the universities. So today, as part of the $105 million deal, I'm also announcing an investment of $35 million to support the construction of the Center for Discovery and Innovation here at Cape Breton University. All right. It's so easy to stand here when you're giving good news. So the new construction project will house state-of-the-art research and instructional facilities. It'll propel scientific inquiry, advance discovery, and expedite local solutions for global problems. So the building will feature the latest in green technology and digital infrastructure. Once complete, this center will elevate Cape Breton as a national destination for research and innovation, and will be a global destination for health science students from across the world. So this center will drive a more prosperous, sustainable, globally oriented future for the island, with Cape Breton University taking a lead role in ensuring the vitality of the island and our province. Today's a big day for Cape Breton and for rural post-secondary institutions across the province. So I look forward to seeing all the research and innovation that comes out of the Center for Discovery and Innovation, and to watching the growth continue in our rural communities. So I will now hand things over to my friend and colleague, Minister Brian Comer.
Now I know why you wanted to go first. Thank you, everyone, for coming out this morning. Thank you so much for Minister Wong for the introduction and the, I think, transformational news for Cape Breton today. I don't think Minister Wong was sworn into his new role in cabinet for 15 minutes, and he's heard the letter CBU about 15 different times. So I know he put a lot of work into this file. Has been to Cape Breton numerous times. So has the Premier. I'm very grateful, very surprised to be here at this point in our mandate, to be quite frank. Very proud to be here. I have to say hi to my beautiful wife, Jennifer, my mom, in the front row here, who's not very political at all, to be honest. So I'm pleased to be here today in Unama'ki, Cape Breton, the traditional territory of the Mi'kmaq people. Special thanks to President Dingwall and the staff for a world-class event so far today. I'm thrilled to be part of this exciting announcement. For Cape Breton alone today, our government is investing more than $50 million. This will improve healthcare and continue to drive innovation and creativity that in turn grows our population and our economy for future generations. Our government had a bold promise to fix healthcare for Nova Scotians, and we're focused on that. As a former Cape Bretoner, a former CBU alumni, and a former nurse, I worked on the front lines. I've seen firsthand how important it is to fulfill that promise. Part of that promise is to attract and retain more healthcare workers and to make it easier for Nova Scotians to get the care they need close to home. That's why I'm pleased to announce $5 million for a strategic health initiative that will explore new ways to train more vital healthcare workers that Cape Bretoners desperately need. This effort will also explore training and healthcare enhancement options to recruit and retain vital healthcare workers to all areas of rural Nova Scotia. Different ways of thinking. Different ways of thinking, different ways of doing, working collectively together. This is how we ensure more people get more of the care they need without the long drive to Halifax and can stay here at home in Cape Breton. This is only one of many exciting changes happening in healthcare in Cape Breton. As another great example, our hospital is being transformed. I was just there this morning with the chief and some colleagues for some beautiful photos. You can't seem to escape me. There's work going on right across Cape Breton right now that's so exciting for future generations. Better cancer care and an expanded emergency department with the latest technology will mean better care for Cape Bretoners here at home. Before I hand it over to President Dingwall, I just want to acknowledge how tough the pandemic has been for Cape Bretoners and Nova Scotians. But so many people stepped up to help. I want to thank everyone who during these long and challenging 2 years never gave up on the people in their communities that needed them the most. Your dedication and commitment to helping others is truly admirable, and I'm so proud to be from Cape Breton and part of this Cape Breton announcement today. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister Wong and Minister Comer. This is amazing news and indeed a monumental day for CBU. It's now my pleasure to introduce the President and Vice Chancellor of Cape Breton University, David Dingwall. David has an distinguished political, corporate, and legal career. He's been an outstanding mentor to many Cape Bretoners and Canadians, helping them establish their own careers and make a mark across our country. And now, under his direction, Cape Breton University has advanced dramatically in the last 4 years. An aligned strategic academic and research plan, an updated and inclusive executive committee, a new CBU brand, unprecedented enrollment growth, a revitalized and vibrant campus with plans for future growth and development, and guided us through the difficult days and months of the pandemic. Please join me in welcoming the 7th President and Vice Chancellor of Cape Breton University, David Dingwall.
Not bad for a Monday morning. $54 million from the province of Nova Scotia. My friends, today marks a major milestone in the quest for the Centre for Discovery and Innovation, but also monumental today in the history of Cape Breton University, with the province of Nova Scotia announcing the contribution of $35 million towards this initiative. This is really a spectacular moment for all of us at CBU. My friends, let me extend my sincere appreciation to the Premier of the province, the Honourable Tim Houston, and his staff, for making CBU a part of this great announcement. Premier Houston is one of a kind. He is thoughtful, he's curious, and he's a great listener. On one of his very first visits to CBU, we explained in detail the need for the Centre for Discovery and Innovation. He intuitively understood, and he saw the need. And now, my friends, he has taken bold and decisive action. Premier Houston, this announcement is transformational. It's a game changer for CBU, our students, our faculty, and our community. I thank Premier Tim Houston. To the Honourable Brian Wong, Minister of Advanced Education, you're welcome anytime with these kinds of announcements. I send to you and your staff a very sincere thank you. You lead your department with skill and determination, and you have inspired all of us, the Council of Nova Scotia University presidents, to do much better. I would be remiss in my remarks if I did not single out John White, the MLA for Glace Bay, the Honourable Keith Bain, Speaker of the House and MLA for Victoria and the Lakes. And isn't it great to see him looking healthy again? And my old friend, the collaborator, Alfie McLeod, it's great to see you here as well. So thank you all for your vision and belief in Cape Breton University and this island with your support of these projects. To my boss, the chairman of the board, Robert Sampson, to members of the board, to the faculty and the staff, I welcome and thank you for your full support. I also want to say a few words about the Honourable Brian Comer. Minister responsible for the Office of Addictions and Mental Health. Addictions and mental health are truly difficult and complicated subject matters. Their impact on individuals and families can be devastating. My friend, the Premier has selected you to assume these important responsibilities, for you have the knowledge, unrelenting work ethic, and the gift of incredible empathy. Your style is to listen, to be humble, and yes, to be kind. Today's announcements are in large part to your advocacy and your vision for a stronger society, a stronger CBU, and a better Nova Scotia. We thank you most sincerely. These funds for the CDI will allow us to immediately proceed with construction. Yes, design will have to take place, but we want to move with some dispatch. This crucial new building will add additional and modernized laboratory classroom space to our campus that is in desperately needed shape. My friends, this is indeed a transformational and monumental milestone in our journey to revitalize and modernize the campus. But our work is not over yet. We will continue to leverage other parties for additional funds towards the transformative project of the Center for Discovery and Innovation. The province of Nova Scotia also announced the significant contribution of $14 million for Cape Breton University for much-needed deferred maintenance. Deferred maintenance is a serious issue for universities not only in Nova Scotia, but across the country. We are so grateful to the provincial government for recognizing this need and acting with this investment. For us at CBU, this means the completion of design work, fixing building components that are past the end of their life cycle. This includes fixing leaky roofs, drafty windows, malfunctioning electrical components, and much, much, much more. No student, domestic or internationally, should have to work in laboratories or classrooms that their grandparents and parents once used. This funding will ensure that CBU remains competitive and has the modernized space and infrastructure needed to train a future workforce. As indicated by Minister Comer, we are all very much aware there is a well-documented shortage of healthcare professionals in the province of Nova Scotia. With our current population being one of the oldest in the country, and a goal to double our population by 2060, much needs to be done in healthcare to address this serious issue. We are so pleased seeing that the province has seen the need and also have announced today a contribution to Cape Breton University of $5 million to undertake planning activities related to our proposed strategic health initiative. The planning work to be undertaken by CBU will address health education opportunities, including the need for a Bachelor of Social Work and a Master in Social Work, as well as a Bachelor of Medical Sciences, health research, and a host of other projects which are meaningful today and for the future of our university. We are so thrilled to have received all of this great news. It's about the future of Cape Breton University, and yes, my friends, it's about the future of the island. It's a part of our COVID-19 recovery. It's about growing the population of Cape Breton. It's about innovation and capturing the opportunities of the marketplace to make Cape Breton a better place to live. As I have said many times, this quality infrastructure is essential for the future of CBU and is in complete alignment with our strategic, academic, and research plans. I want to sincerely thank all of you at CBU. In particular, the CDI Advisory Committee and those in the greater community for your support and hard work in seeing this project through to this important milestone. It was an enormous dedication of time and hard work, going back almost 3 years. But we did it, and we did it together in the midst of a pandemic. Once again, Cape Breton University, perseverance has triumphed. To one and all, on the stage, elected and non-elected, we at CBU are very grateful for this contribution to our operations and to the capital needs of our university. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, President Dingwall. This announcement is transformational, not only for Cape Breton University, but for Cape Breton Island as a whole. As a proud member of the Cape Breton University alumni family, a dedicated employee, and the mother of a current CBU student studying in the Bachelor of Science program, I can personally speak to how these investments will change our students' lives, now and forever. I will reiterate President Dingwall's earlier point. This is an absolute game changer for our university and our island. Thank you to the province of Nova Scotia, Premier Tim Houston, Minister Wong, and Minister Comer for believing in Cape Breton University. Now I'd like to invite you all into the Great Hall for a celebration of this wonderful news. To the media, you will have an opportunity to speak with the ministers and President Dingwall. Please see Lenore Parsley at the back of the room, and she'll take you to the media area located in the CIBC Student Welcome Center. Again, thank you for coming to be with us as we reach this monumental milestone in Cape Breton University history. Enjoy this celebration.